Hello, I welcome you all to the first lecture in English in your third year. I hope you all are safe and sound, and even in these difficult times, you guys are doing well. Let us hope everything gets well soon and we can again meet in the college. So, in third year, in your English lecture, I'll be meeting you. That is to say, I will be looking over your English. Uh, so the name of your subject is not English actually. It is written and spoken communication skills, and I will be taking care of it. So, not wasting time anymore. Now I will be sharing with you. Firstly, our syllabus. I request you all to have a paper and have a notebook and pen with your own self so that you can write. I request the students to cultivate this habit of writing on the day-to-day basis because though the documents are shared with you, though you get everything on Google Classroom, that doesn't mean you stop writing at all. बिल्कुल भी लिखना एकदम भी लिखना बंद मत कर दीजिएगा. I request you people to keep writing so that you don't forget to write firstly, and second, you also know that what the document actually is about. कभी ऐसा होता है ना कि डॉक्यूमेंट जो है वो तो है ही मेरे पास, तो लिखने की क्या ज़रूरत है, तो हम कभी देखते ही नहीं है. ये मटेरियल जहाँ पे शेयर होते हैं और जहाँ पे भी ये पीपीटी शेयर हो जाती है, द स्टूडेंट्स फील वी डोंट नीड टू स्टडी बिकॉज वी डू हैव द मटेरियल, अगले दिन पढ़ लेंगे. तो उस अगले दिन में वो अगला दिन जो आता है तो बहुत सारा टेंशन लेके आता है. उससे अच्छा है लेट अस राइट समटाइम्स. I request you people to keep a notebook with yourself, the notebook for English. I have requested for 3 long years. Those who have heard, they have heard. Those who have not, I request once again, keep a notebook for English and keep writing everything that we discuss in the lectures so that when we meet in the college, I will be seeing your notebook. One more thing, in some other class, some student asked me, Madam, how would you give us attendance? So I don't know about others, but in English, every day, whatever is discussed, whatever is shared, I will be giving you a question, and I request you people to write answer of that question. See, because it's not a sum that we are doing in the class, and it's not a MCQ test that we are conducting. I am going to give you a descriptive kind of question. You have to write the long answer or whatever it is. You have to write the answer and you have to share it with me on Google Classroom. So in that way, I will be able to know that you have actually attended the class. And in that way, those who have given the answer will be given the attendance. So in that way, we will be conducting the classes. Okay. So please keep writing. So let us discuss the syllabus first. Semester 5, the syllabus for semester 5 in written and spoken communication skills. The name of the textbook is Gems of Wisdom by Macmillan. Gems of Wisdom. Those who have textbook, well and good. Those who do not have, try to get the book. I can't force you to go and buy it because right now I can't tell you to go to the shop. But if you can, if it is safe to go and buy the textbook, I request you to do so. Because as far as poetry is concerned, I can share it on the PPT or I can share it on screen, but prose will be a bit of little bit difficult. So try to get the book if you can. In textbook, in Gems of Wisdom, we have 3 lessons. The first one is, I have 3 visions for India. Second is, a devoted son. And third is, with the photographer. In poetry, you have two. First is song, Go and Catch a Falling Star. And second is, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. So these are the proses and poetry that you have to study. And then you have functional writing. So in this functional writing, you have first is presentation skills and second is interview skills. So these things I will discuss when we study them in the class. So this is your syllabus, which is very small. Distribution of marks for the university exams, that is to say the syllabus, the paper style for the syllabus. First is short answer questions. You have to write 5 out of 7. And this question, these particular questions will be asked from poetry only. That means you will be asked 7 questions from poetry. First is song, Go and Catch a Falling Star. And second is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Okay. And second question is 2 short notes from prose only. So these questions will be asked from prose only. You have to write the answer in about 200 words. You will be asked 4 short notes from I have 3 visions for India, a devoted son, and with the photographer. And out of these 4 questions, you have to write the answers of 2. This will be your 14 marks. That means each short note carries 7 marks. Okay, after that you have third is presentation. You will be given 2 questions. You have to write 1 answer. You have to select out of the 2. This will be of 12 marks. Sorry, this will be of 14 marks. And question 4 will be interview. You have to at least write 10 sets of questions and answers. That will be discussed when we discuss that point. It will be of 12 marks. So in all 50 marks paper. This is your university paper, the exam that university conducts, the external exam, the final exam. The paper style for that exam will be this one, 50 marks paper. So this is your paper style. Now as you have seen, the syllabus is not very big, it's very small one. And I will be sharing with you, I repeat, I will be sharing with you the images of poems, but I can't share all the prose. So I request you to get it. Someone asked me if PDF for the textbook is available or not. I have not found one. If you do find, well and good. And if you don't, please go and buy the textbook. If you can, if it is safe to go. So that's the syllabus. So now that we have discussed the syllabus, let me now tell you that today I am going to discuss with you the first poem in our syllabus. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. This is a small poem, short poem written by Robert Frost, who is an American poet. So before we start the poem, I wish to discuss something about Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet whose work was initially published in England before it was published in America. He is highly regarded for his realistic depictions of real life and his command of American colloquial speech. So what is special about his poem is he often writes poems which are very small, which are very simple, but the literal meaning that we find जो शाब्दिक अर्थ हमें मिलता है, the literal meaning that we find from the words that he uses in the poem, that might be simple, but what he means by the poem, the hidden meaning, the connotation, the hidden meaning, छुपा हुआ अर्थ, वो कभी कभी थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है. So that hidden meaning is to be understood. Robert Frost often writes poems which have, which seem to be very simple, which are very easy to understand at first glance, but then they are actually carrying a different meaning, and that different meaning is to be understood. And he's also very famous for the rural depiction of the rural atmosphere, and that is very realistic depiction. मतलब वो जो गांव के चित्रों का प्रयोग करते को दिखाते हैं, को डिपिक्ट करते हैं, बहुत ही सुंदर होते हैं, and he's very famous for this. Some of his famous poems, those who are interested in reading the poem, I suggest you should read After Apple Picking, The Road Not Taken, Home Burial, and Mending Wall. One of the most popular and critically respected American poets of the 20th century, Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime, receiving 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1960 for his poetic work. In 1961, Frost was named Poet Laureate of Vermont. Okay, so that's what Robert Frost was. It is also believed that Frost wrote this poem overnight. रात को कहीं पे पहले उन्होंने कोई विचार आया या फिर उन्होंने सुंदर एक वुड्स को देखा और फिर रात को ही बैठ के उन्होंने पूरी कविता एक ही बार में लिख दी थी, ऐसा कहा जाता है. So firstly, let us see the poem. The idea is, firstly, I will be reading the entire poem. मैं पूरी poem जो है एक बार recite करने वाली हूँ, and I also request you people to recite the poem. Those who are interested in learning public speech, those who are interested in reciting poem, those who are interested in poetry recitation competition, they should learn how to recite the poem. For that, read the poem aloud and gain the confidence to stress certain words and to speak them clearly. See, the poem, how the poem is different from prose. The poem has a musical quality. कविता में एक म्यूजिक होता है, एक गाना होता है. That is the song. The poems have this singing quality, which actually makes it different from prose. Not all the poems can be sung. I don't say that, and I don't say that all the poems have music. But still, this musicality of the poem makes it different. And this poem is a short poem along with the rhyme scheme. So let me read the poem, and I also request you to see the pictures in the background while I recite the poem, so that you people can enter into the world that the poet has created in this poem. कवि ने, हर राइटर अपनी कविता में या फिर अपने लिटरेचर में, अपने साहित्य में एक दुनिया, अपना एक वर्ल्ड जो है वो क्रिएट करता है, और शुरुआत में वो अपने रीडर्स को उस दुनिया में लेके जाता है. तो मतलब अपने शब्दों से वो पूरे दुनिया को, अपनी दुनिया को क्रिएट करता है. और मैंने एक छोटी सी कोशिश की है कि आपको उस दुनिया में ले जाऊं जो फ्रॉस्ट ने क्रिएट की है. स्टॉपिंग बाय वुड्स ऑन अ स्नोई इवनिंग बाय रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So this is the poem. This is a personal favorite poem, one of the most quoted one. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was very famous, was very fond of this poem, and he used to speak these lines in his speech. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So as you can see, the poem has, and I have tried to show you, the woods in which you can see the snow is falling. मतलब woods माने forest, मतलब जंगल. सेटिंग पोएम का बैकग्राउंड ये है कि द नरेटर इज पासिंग बाय द वुड्स. एक व्यक्ति जो है, जो कविता कह रहा है, इज पासिंग बाय द वुड्स, वो जंगल के पास से जा रहा है, वो घोड़े पे सवार है और उसने वहां पे वो देखता है कि जंगल में जो है बर्फ गिर रही है. द स्नो इज फॉलिंग, the sight is beautiful and he's so mesmerized by the sight that he doesn't want to leave from there. उनको वहां से जाना ही नहीं है, उनको वहीं पे रुक जाना है. उनको वुड्स की सुंदरता को, जंगल की सुंदरता को वहीं पे खड़े रह के देखना है. But then his horse shakes the harness bell to remind him of the fact that there is no need to wait over there, because there is no farmhouse near. There is no need to waste time over there. So he realizes, as if from the daydream, he realizes that the woods might be lovely and dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and I have miles to go before I sleep. So I have so many things to do before I take rest. So that is the literal meaning of the poem. As I told you, the meaning can be literal. It can be a different one than literal. शाब्दिक अर्थ ये हुआ जो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया कि एक व्यक्ति जो है वो घोड़े पे बैठ के जंगल के पास से जा रहा है, वहां पे सुंदर दृश्य देखता है. The scene where the snow is falling in the woods and he can see the beauty of the sight because there is frozen lake and the woods are looking so beautiful. But it is the darkest evening of the year, means it is almost the dark evening, and he realizes towards the end of the poem, he realizes that he can't stop there anymore. He has to leave from there because he has promises to keep. He has certain things to do. He has certain duties to take care of. Let us understand the poem line by line, stanza wise. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening, This is a poem written by Robert Frost, who used to look like this. Now this is the poem. The poem is basically made up of 4 stanzas. You can read the poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the lake, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. This is the poem. Now I want you all to read the poem again and look at the rhyme or the rhythm that you find in the poem. I think I should read the poem once again so that you understand that there is a rhythm, there is a rhyme. मतलब कविता में एक राइम है, एक लय है, एक म्यूजिकलिटी है. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So as you can see, in the last word, look at the last word of each line. This is the first stanza. This one is the first stanza. And you can see that first line, the last word of the first line is no. The last word of the second line is though. Last word of the third line is here. And last word of the fourth line is snow. So from this you can understand that last word of each line shows that first, second and fourth line rhyme. मतलब एक लय है पहली, दूसरी और चौथी लाइन में. तो मतलब उस लय को अगर ए नाम दें तो तीसरी लाइन अलग पड़ती है, उसको बी नाम देते हैं. उस हिसाब से राइम स्कीम हुई A. ठीक है. अब जैसे तीसरी लाइन जो है वो हियर ऐसे साउंड करती है, तो दूसरे स्टैंजा की पहली लाइन क्वियर वो भी वैसे ही साउंड करती है. तो इसका मतलब है कि दूसरे स्टैंजा की पहली लाइन को हम बी कह सकते हैं. अगेन read the second stanza once again. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, darkest evening of the year. तो इस हिसाब से हुआ कि सेकंड स्टैंजा में भी पहली, दूसरी और चौथी लाइन जो है वो राइम करती है, मतलब एक जैसी है, और तीसरी लाइन जो है वो थोड़ी सी अलग है. तो इस हिसाब से अगर आप देखें तो राइम स्कीम है पोएम की A, B, C, and D. I will show you the whole poem, entire poem again, and you can understand. ये पहला stanza है. This is the first stanza. Here we have A, in second stanza. B, C, B. In third stanza, C, D, C, D, C. And in the fourth stanza, which is different from first, second, and third, the rhyme scheme is different. It is D, 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 D. So we can say कि पहले 3 stanzas जो है पोएम के, उसकी राइम स्कीम एक जैसी है, और चौथे की जो है वो बदलती है, वो थोड़ी सी अलग है। वहाँ पे चारों लाइन जो है वो राइम करती है, एक जैसी ही एंड होती है, इसलिए उसकी राइम स्कीम है डी 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 डी। तो दिस इज द राइम स्कीम। I request you to write the rhyme scheme for yourself, because it can be asked in short question. As we know and we saw in the paper style, you will be asked short question from the poem. तो आपको उस short question में पूछ सकते हैं, what is the rhyme scheme in stopping by woods on a snowy evening? And if you are asked that question, you can write the rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A, B C B, C D C, and D D D D. One more thing, let me share with you. When you are asked short questions from poem, I know that it is a short question, and I know that you don't want to describe the thing over there, but the thing is you should at least write the full sentence. अगर आपको राइम स्कीम पूछी गई है तो खाली आपको ए बी बी सी बी सी डी सी एंड डी 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 नहीं लिखना है, आपको पूरा एक सेंटेंस बनाना चाहिए। द राइम स्कीम ऑफ द पोएम इज, उसके बाद कॉलन करके ए बी सी बी सी डी सी एंड डी 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 डी, ऐसे लिखना चाहिए। आंसर ऐसे लिखे जाते हैं। वी स्टडी इन थर्ड ईयर में अब हम आ गए हैं, तो हमको आंसर ऐसे लिखना चाहिए। इट लुक्स गुड एंड इट इज एक्चुअली रिक्वायर्ड। So we have seen the rhyme scheme in the poem. अब फिर से एक बार हम समझेंगे पूरी कविता को, मतलब लाइन टू लाइन we will discuss the poem. I think the entire poem should be discussed in the next class. For now, I request you all to do one pre-reading activity. Pre-reading activity मतलब आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक जिसके पास है वो पढ़ेंगे कि प्री-रीडिंग एक्टिविटी मतलब हर कविता, हर लेसन से पहले कुछ क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं जो हमें क्लासरूम में डिस्कस करने हैं। अब जबकि क्लासरूम तो अभी है नहीं, गूगल क्लासरूम है लेकिन हमारे पास, तो गूगल क्लासरूम में आप सबको इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर लिखना है और मेरे साथ शेयर करना है। द क्वेश्चन इज, आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू राइट द क्वेश्चन। Describe a moment in your life when you have had to take a difficult choice. I repeat, describe a moment in your life when you have had to take a difficult choice. मतलब अपने जीवन की एक ऐसी मोमेंट को डिस्क्राइब करिए जहाँ पे आपको एक मुश्किल सा निर्णय, मुश्किल सा डिसीजन लेना था। जीवन का कोई एक ऐसा समय जहाँ पे आपको बहुत सारी चॉइसेस में से एक चॉइस पसंद करनी थी और वो आपके लिए बहुत मुश्किल था। इट वॉज अ डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन। So I request you all to write answer of this question. I will give you an example. एक ऐसा समय था जहाँ पे आपको फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक बाजू आपकी फैमिली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, एक बाजू आपकी ड्यूटीज है, आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है, और एक बाजू आपकी खुद की इच्छा है, आपकी खुद की डिजायर है। तो इन दोनों में किसको पसंद करें? व्हाट यू शुड सिलेक्ट, ये क्वेश्चन आपको हुआ तो उस समय व्हाट यू डिसाइडेड, व्हाट डिसीजन यू टुक, दैट इज द क्वेश्चन, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो what I want you all to do is to write about that particular moment when you had to take a very difficult डिसीजन, एक निर्णय जो बहुत मुश्किल था पर आपको उस समय पे लेना पड़ा. So you people have to write answer of this question. You have to write it in your own language. You have to take a picture of that question, that answer that you have written, and you have to share it with me on Google Classroom. So with that, I end for today, and we'll be meeting in the next class. Thank you so much.